Hello everyone, my name is Yuko Tomizuka. I'm a global real estate investment advisor with 30 years of experience, and I have evaluated more than 20,000 of real estate cases. Today, I'd like to speak something about the real estate market, especially Shibuya, the one of the top commercial area in Japan and central Tokyo. Investing into property in Shibuya is good or not? Nikkei announced that the office vacancy in Shibuya has increased in this quarter too. Past 2 years, IT companies have been concentrated in the Shibuya region. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, the majority of them have shifted into the remote work and the redundant office spaces appeared. This time, I'd like to spend some time to analyze potential of Shibuya as an investment destination. I've, I would like to highlight negative aspects, then demonstrate the positive factors, and finally share my conclusion on the investment decision. Negative factors are concentration of IT workers, secondary office grade, less efficient transportation link. Number 4, unfavorable corporate culture of local leading company. As the positive factors, good location for work and life. Less risk of natural disasters. Number 3, preferred under the future trend. Number 4, diversified culture. This is photo Shibuya. So let's move on to the first part, negative factors. Number 1, concentration of IT workers. When it comes to the IT industry, their offices have been found in Roppongi surroundings, Shibuya, or probably in Akihabara. As reported in the media, as the remote work is promoted more, the physical office demand will be decreased. Number 2, secondary office grade. Say, since around 2010, there are a few high-rise office buildings in Shibuya region. That, as for the status or the grade as office, Shibuya has not so been strong as have other office areas like Tokyo Station surrounding, Minato area, or Shinjuku area. Number 3, negative point number 3, less efficient transportation link. Speaking of the transportation hub, we consider Tokyo, Shinjuku, Shinagawa, or Ueno, with several JR lines as well as metro, local railroad companies are available. In this point, Shibuya has two major JR lines, several metros, and local lines, although the transportation linkage has been improving now. That Shibuya looks less efficient compared to those key hub stations. Number 4, unfavorable corporate culture of local leading company. Shibuya has been famous for Tokyo conglomerate, whose corporate culture looks conservative, less innovative, and top-down structure. In the past, several scandals seem to be reported in media. Unless other leading companies commit themselves in the location, Shibuya may remain conservative by reflecting the culture released from that leading company, even though Shibuya Station surrounding development projects have been very active and there will be several landmarks. So let's move on to positive factors. Number 1, good location for work and life. Although the remote works will be promoted further, people would live in more comfortable and convenient locations where their work and residence are close. Shibuya is the ideal location compared with other office locations that more life and work combined facilities will be provided in the market. Number 2, less risk of natural disasters. Think about natural disaster risks. Other famous office areas that I highlighted above are located much closer to the waterfront area compared with Shibuya. That, when we think about working in a secure environment, I think Shibuya may be the good choice. Number 3, preferred under the future trend. Obviously, IT industry will be getting more important in the world for future. Therefore, the location where IT workers work and live comfortably may be prosperous over middle to long term. IT workers seek the convenience, lively atmosphere, dominance of younger generations, and entertainment aspects, and Shibuya looks ideal destination for them. Diversified culture. For the past decade, both tourism and residents, we have had considerable amount of foreigners in Japan nationwide. In Shibuya, we found both of them, residents and tourism. My Brazilian husband said the city he likes most is Shibuya. Probably he can comfortably stay there, full of entertainments, places where he can stay with other non-Japanese. And therefore, Shibuya will attract those non-Japanese people. This is also a good sign for Shibuya to be the international city fitting to the future trend. To sum up, the positive and negative points on Shibuya are as follows. Negative factors are concentration of IT workers, secondary office location, less efficient transportation link, unfavorable corporate culture of the local leading company. Positive factors, good location for work and live life, less risk of natural disaster, preferred under the future trend, diversified culture. So conclusion, although it seems to be a temporal drop in the office demand there in Shibuya, taking into account its potential and industry dynamism, people would prefer living and working there. This may push Shibuya's potential higher and lead it to the prosperous investment destination over mid to long term. So further question or doubt, or Grace, please email me. Thank you for your attention.